quickly summarize why this is important. The first thing is, if you have a WIP automated solution where it's getting generated automatically from these different building block sources, it means it's always up to date. You're not looking in the rear view mirror. That's probably the biggest problem, that if you're doing a WIP report manually, is you're only producing it on a weekly or monthly basis. And that means you're always looking backwards. So if you are sitting in a meeting and you're trying to project out, what the rest of Q4 might look like, and you pull up the WIP report, but it's still from September, that's not the most recent information. You always want to make sure you have the most recent and accurate information as you're making decisions as a company. The next big one is the process is consistent. And I mean two different things when I say that the process is consistent. First of all, it doesn't rely on humans to go input double entry data. So it's happening automatically. So it's flowing from one data source to the WIP. No one's having to go in there and key information. And the second one is you're not relying on humans to do the calculations. Because we're all human. We're all prone to make the simple, easy mistake. Especially as we're keying in a ton of numbers, it's very easy to have your finger slip in and hit a 4 instead of a 5 or something like that. That's a very honest mistake that happens all the time, and it's understandable. But when it comes to understanding your company's financials, things like that are just too important to allow just like human error to come up the works. You really want to make sure that that information is accurate and it's consistent in how it's getting calculated. So removing that human element, just because, like I said, we're all human. Anyone can make an honest mistake. It's really an important aspect of having a WIP automated solution. The next two, increase when you can access the information and allows you to run the report based on different conditions. This really comes down to access. So if you have a WIP automated cloud-based solution, that means you can pull up the report whenever you need to. You're not waiting on John in accounting to send you this month's Excel file. It is as simple as, hey, let me log in, let me look at the WIP report here. I can get it at any time. I can get it at anywhere. If I'm on the road traveling, I'm able to access it remotely. I'm not having to wait until I'm back in my hotel room to VPN onto the company server to take a look at it. You're really able to look at it whenever you need to help you make important decisions and stay abreast of the current information related to your company's financials. And then the same thing goes for allowing you to run the report based on different conditions. So basically, you might want to look at the WIP from a few different perspectives. What does the WIP look like if we only look at a certain type of project type? Maybe you only want to look at service contracts, or maybe you only want to look at T&M projects. You're able to slice and dice that information very quickly if you have a WIP automated solution, because all the behind the scenes calculations and work to create the WIP, it's already done, it's automated. So you're not having to create that report 2, 3, 4 times based on each condition that you want. It's already there, so you can kind of do that different dissecting of information in different ways. Probably the most frequent one we see with this is wanting to run the WIP report based on a different time frame. So we're in October now. Let's say you want to go back and see, hey, what did the WIP report look like at the end of Q2? You could very quickly say, all right, let me run the WIP report. What did it look like on June 30th? You're not kind of stuck in that, like, hey, I only have the one report because I've got to spend time to create this report. You can really make it flexible to answer the different questions you might have.